Hey everyone, this is Bhavish and we are back again with another Alumni of the Week session. And this time we have Krishna with us. Hey, hi Krishna. What's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah,
Good
doing,
good work.
yeah, doing great. So we are about to address one of an amazing stories from Krishna himself, like how he transitioned from being a mechanical engineer to a PM. And let's hear it from Krishna himself. So Krishna, like, what are you doing right now? And yeah.
Thanks for taking me here, Bhavish. Okay, as Bhavish mentioned, my name is Krishna, and currently I'm working on a generalist role at a early stage fintech startup called Cashbook. So at a startup, yeah, you got to deal with a lot of things. Majority of my work goes into dealing with payments infrastructure at Cashbook. So previously, I started a couple of companies. That's my first introduction into product management, and previously, I used to work as a research engineer at HP Labs, and my background is in mechanical engineering and robotics.
Okay, all right. So as you were discussing earlier, a bit about you completed your mechanical engineering from India, and then you went for master's MS, and
Yes.
you completed in robotics, right? So okay. So moving ahead, like how you got to know something about, okay, this is something that exists, like PM. How you got to introduce this word?
Mhm. So as I mentioned that I worked as a research engineer. Back then it was a very small team. Given that we were working on prototypes, there was no product line. So my 2.5 years of professional experience at a bigger company like HP, I really don't know that there is something called product management exists. It's only after that I started my own companies. Even after that, even when I was doing all the groundwork, I didn't know that there is something called product management exists. So once I started reading about how you build products, that's when I came across a term called product management, and what does a product manager do at a company.
Okay, okay, cool. So moving ahead, I'm pretty sure like when you got to know, I mean, and while you were moving ahead into the same direction, what were the hurdles that you faced, or you realized, okay, these are the key responsibilities that I need to take care of while thinking from a product manager's perspective.
Mhm. Again, there are a lot of things, no matter whether you're a new product manager
Hmm.
or a very experienced product manager, at every stage you face a lot of issues. I think, the HelloPM community, it's mostly of people who are from diverse backgrounds and they want to get into PM, right? So mostly early stage PMs that are trying to get into product management. I would say a couple of things is like, um aligning the team to do everything is like a really a tough job. It's not as easy as you think. So making sure that you as a product manager give enough context to the tech team, to the design team, and the people who are above you, whether it's founders or any management people. So aligning this all everyone to make sure that the job is done is really a tough thing. I think that's one of the biggest hurdle I faced.
Okay. All right. So, as you suggested, I mean, you started with a fintech.
Yeah. Yes.
So, how a regular PM in a regular tech company is different from like if you're working as a PM in a in a fintech industry?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question, because when you work at any, let's say, social media company or any SaaS company, it's a very different job, I would say, because you don't have to integrate with any third party. It's not just about the integration. You don't have to take care of something called regulation and red tape.
Right.
So now you can design your own wireframes, or you can come up with hypothesis and take it to your team, and you don't have to worry about, are there any blockers or are there any regulatory boundaries that we need to cross. But as a PM in fintech, one of the bigger thing we need to take care of before launching any product, before even writing a single line of code or designing a single wireframe, is this legally possible? Can we clear all the paperwork? So that is the biggest thing. And also it does take a long time to make sure all these things work. It's not just you go on Google and you type, okay, is this product possible? No, that's not how it works. Because in order to launch any fintech product, you need to partner with some kind of an institution, because most of
Right.
things cannot get licenses for. Even if you get licenses, it takes a very long time. So the easiest
Right.
way to go is to partner with someone. So you need to talk with multiple partners and make sure that they are ready to partner with you. So this is the biggest part of being a PM in a fintech. space.
Space. All right. So moving ahead, like a very generic question, but still most of the time people are a bit skeptical around it. So what is your idea or what is your thought process if people ask you like, can anyone break into the career of being a product manager, like coming from any of the background? Maybe people are coming from a non-tech background, or maybe commerce background or sales background. What are your ideas? Like, is it really possible? And if yes, like how they can travel through it, like what sort of things can help them?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, see, it doesn't have to be that you have to be from this field only, then you can be a PM. So that doesn't work because I said, right, I'm from a tech background, and I'm from mechanical, not even like proper tech. Then I moved into PM, and I know people who are from sales, then they went into PM, because like if you draw Venn diagrams for all these things like the sales, design, marketing, and tech, the PM kind of sits in between. So it totally depends, but you need to have a idea of how each stream works in order to become a PM. That is for sure, that you cannot only be really good at marketing and doesn't have any idea about design and doesn't have any idea about tech, and you cannot say that, okay, I will break into PM. That doesn't work that way. But you need to have a some command on different streams. But again, it's a T-shaped model, right? So you need to have in depth in one subject, but at least have some idea about how other streams work. And you should be a really good communicator in order to become a good PM.
Right, right. Awesome. So like moving ahead with this, we'll move ahead with second next question is like while you were navigating through this process, how you got to know about Hello PM or community, because you are one of the students from beta batch. Like Ankit was introducing it like for the first time. So what was your experience back then?
No, I would say again, sometimes you end up taking decisions which are really good. As I said, right, I come from a tech background where my job was to write a few lines of code. That is it. I never designed any screens. I never talked to
Mhm.
and did any user studies or anything like that. So when I was starting my company, where in the first 3-4 months of starting my company, I was looking into, okay, how can I learn about product management? So I started looking out, okay, reading out a lot of blogs and everything. So that's when I was doing my research, that's when I came across HelloPM, and the 3 months was really helpful because it gave me some idea about how to build your own product from scratch. And as I was learning at HelloPM, I was using that knowledge
Right.
to build my product parallelly.
Okay. So again, one thing is there. I mean, people are, much picky here. Like, is 3 months is really like a long time, or it's a short period of time for maybe breaking or to know the idea around PM? So is it really a long period of time, like 3 months?
It totally, again, this is a very vague question, to be honest,
Yeah.
because there is no set period to learn this. It's because as it's very in depth. So even if you take just one subject, right, that is user study, you
Mhm.
can go very in depth into it. Like you need to not just user study is not just about going out and talking to people, collecting some information, right? So there are a lot of nuances to how to collect data and how can we interpret what they are saying and what they are doing. So I cannot say that, okay, 3 months is good enough, 6 months is good enough. So but the best way is, if you learn something, go and apply it in real life. As soon as you learn something, right, okay, now you're done with a couple of courses on how to do user studies. Now go and do it in your actual life. So that I would say that, but don't put any time on it. Again, like any subject or any art, the more you do it, the better you become at it.
Yeah, yeah. So practical implementation is one of the most important
Yeah,
things.
I would give high preference to implementation. As you are done with some course in the Hello
Mhm.
thing or any other project management course, go out and actually use it.
Right, right, right. Cool. So, with this, like, what are the three important things that you say that really helped you from like sort of community, the beta batch? Right now, we are like at cohort 12, but still, when you were in beta batch, maybe networking or like what sort of 2 to 3 elements that were bang on for you?
Okay, I would say first thing is the course structure itself. It was pretty clear for me. Okay, this is what I'm going to learn in one
Mhm.
week. This is what I'm going to learn in 4 week, and it is what I'm going to learn in sixth
Mhm.
week. And how all these things I learned can be useful in building my product. So that was the first thing. Again, I really have no idea about product management. So doing this course was really helpful for me. So that was first thing. And also the way Ankit taught, right, taking real life examples from his own company, the product he built, and how he handles a situation. Now that would say another thing. And also the community, because there were like really interesting people I met in the whole cohort who were more talented than me. So I used to speak with them, and they used to share their learnings with me. So these are the top three things I would say that really helped me.
Cool. Okay. So, as moving forward, like what are your for the present students who are presently in the cohorts? Okay, what is your advice for the aspiring PM, or like people who are trying to get into it? Like 2 to 3 major pointers that you will advise them to
I
do.
don't have 2 to 3. I just have one. That is, as soon as you are done with the course or class, just go and apply it. If you think that, okay, I will wait 3 months or 6 months to apply it, you're not going to make into PM. You learn something today, go and
Right.
apply tomorrow.
So as soon as you learn it, just
Yeah.
application
Yeah,
implement.
because product management is all about application. Again, I told you, right, the communication is really, really big tool. And you need to align all the people, right? So no matter how many books you read, no matter how many courses you've done, it doesn't help you. You need to go out and talk to people, and try to bring a couple of people. If you, even if you just don't have any idea, right, make up some idea and talk to a couple of people. If you only, when you have that, then you
Right,
will understand what real product management is.
right,
So
right. So
applying is the biggest technique that you need to do.
okay, so like maybe like the sort of assignments that we are doing in the community are the practical implementation of it. We might say from an angle.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't skip assignments. That's for sure. Yeah.
Okay, so is like individually doing those assignments will be beneficial, or like benefit would be more if you do it in a collaborated space, like 2 to 3 people collaborating and communication
I
that
would
is
say
there.
it's collaboration, because product management is all about collaboration, right? So as I mentioned, you need to align multiple teams together, and everyone has different ideas on how to do it. Uh, so collaboration will help you how to communicate your ideas to other person clearly. And also when someone counters an idea, right, you need
Right.
to tell them, okay, you need to back everything with data when it comes to product management. Then you have to say, okay, this is why I'm saying this, and this is the data that is backing it. So you will get into that professionalism when you collaborate with other people. If you just sit alone and do assignments or anything, it really doesn't help.
Okay. Okay. So like we are done with majorly all the major questions. Now we'll move forward with a small segment that we call quick fire round. Okay, rapid fire round. Like right, coming from Karan Kejo's style. Right.
About it.
Okay. So quickly, cred or zerodha?
Great.
Okay. Reason to back it up.
I'm not gonna back it
All right. I mean, as a PFU suggested, right? You need a reason to.
Great.
Okay. So, cred or Jupiter?
Great.
Still cred. Okay. Zerodha or Upstocks?
Zero da.
Zerodha or Grow?
Zero da.
Zerodha. Okay. Then, uh, so Kunal or Nitin?
Also Kunal.
Kunal. Okay. Cool. What would you prefer? A website or a mobile app?
Mobile app.
Okay. Uber or Ola?
Uber.
Uber or Rapido?
Uber.
Okay. Swiggy or Zomato?
Swiggy.
Okay. Again, no any reason to
I can back it up all with all this data why I use it, but it's a rapid fire, right? I will just leave it to you.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, we're sort of done with majorly like what sort of apps mostly you use. So I am pretty sure these would be the regular apps that you would be using in your
Yes,
phone.
yeah, yeah. The only thing I kind of switch back and forth is Uber and Ola, because sometimes, again, I'm from Hyderabad. Sometimes Uber is highly available, but Ola is not. So, of all the answers I answered, that the only thing that differs from all these applications is
Yeah,
availability for Uber and Ola. All other things is because of design and how they executed their application.
right, right. And finally, Zoom or Google Meet.
Zoom.
uh, this was something internal. People who don't know, like for people who are listening to it. Okay, so as soon as I pinged you,
Yes. Again, because at our current office, we use Google Meets because it's a very small team. Again, Zoom is like really friendly, and especially if you have a bigger team, right? And if you want to organize bigger events, Zoom is really user friendly.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that was all from this session of Alumni of the Week. So we had Krishna with us and his amazing experiences and advices that he shared. So thank you for coming with us and sharing your experience. We hope to connect with you another time with more of your experiences. So see you around. Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank
Krishna.
you, Abhishek. Bye.